Charlie Cox has officially confirmed what we were all hoping he would say, or anybody would say, and that's that he is returning as Daredevil in the MCU, and it's going to be beyond what we just saw so far. So a lot of people feared that Charlie Cox as Daredevil could only be one of those one-and-done type of scenarios. Now, of course, we know this isn't true, and quite obviously, they are setting up him versus Kingpin again. If we just look at what happens in Hawkeye, if we look at the character of Echo, we can kind of tell which direction they're going to go in. Recently, Charlie Cox, Daredevil himself, was part of an interview on the Radio Times, and he was asked about returning as Daredevil and what the future held for him, whether he could talk about anything, and whether he would even be back. And without going too much into it or spoiling anything, he says that it was great to be back in Spider-Man, and he was excited that people are excited to see him. But then he said that he knows something. He doesn't know much, but there will be more that's coming. And that's all he can say. Now, I think first and foremost, the best thing here is the confirmation of he knows and he can guarantee he's returning, which tells us, okay, good, he's back, right? Like, he is coming back, and that's awesome. But again, people are worried because, well, is it going to be a tiny thing, another small cameo, whatever there? And he doesn't really obviously expand upon that. But it's safe to say that if we just look at what they set up with Hawkeye, what they set up with him in Spider-Man, just reintroducing him, and not even introduce them in a TV series, introducing him in the biggest MCU film outside of the two big Avengers films. I mean, the fans quite clearly want more of him, and they literally told Marvel Studios and Disney that by going and storming Netflix and making it top 10 2.5 years after cancellation. Well, was it almost 3 maybe? It doesn't matter. Either way though, there is a hunger for this character. They heard it, and he's telling you what you want to hear. Oh, I'm coming back. I know there's things happening, but quite obviously, like most actors, he probably doesn't know the extent of it. He just knows he will be back. And honestly, I'm just glad we at least know this. I don't need to know anything more, quite honestly. This is what I'm excited about. He's coming back. He said that there's going to be more. I'm good with that. I think we can all figure out what direction they're going in. And that direction is quite clearly appearances in Echo. And then from there on, I could 100% see them doing a Daredevil TV series. And why not? You know, it's what's best for business. And I don't think Daredevil would be an expensive series compared to even something like Hawkeye. Like, this would be even less of a cost. And if we look at the Netflix budget, you can kind of tell.